Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the 5th anniversary stage, or the stage 5 I guess, of the anniversary battle event. So this is another pretty interesting one. So the big gimmick around here is that you can stun the first and second phase of Vegito, and you can not stun the final phase. And for Gogeta, you can seal the first and second phase and not stun the final phase. Now the way it works basically is essentially you have the first and second phases, and you can quite easily handle them with debuffing. So sealing, stunning, all of these things are pretty good. The team I've brought with is a team that's pretty solid at this, and we'll talk about that as well, but we've chosen some units that are flexible across both sides of the spectrum. So it's definitely something that we want to do. There are the missions here using no support items and obviously using all 5 types. We've also covered that as well. Now the team we've chosen, and we'll talk about it, has a little bit of flexibility in their debuffing. A lot of them double up. So for example, Physical Master Roshi here, he has a great chance of stunning on his 12 key, but he has sealing guaranteed on his 18 key. And this gives us a little bit of flexibility with the team build, so that not every unit has to have one variation or the other. It allows us to essentially just say, okay, these 2 or 3 units are going to provide the utility, and then the rest of the rotation is going to be just raw damage, because you do need damage. You need damage for the final phase, especially, which is why I've chosen Yamcha as a friend lead, and I highly suggest you do as well if you are running this exact same build, which is Turtle School / Earthbred Fighters. If you're not running the exact same build, then make sure that whatever friend lead you do choose is an incredibly powerful damage dealer. So if you're choosing like androids, make sure you have like a int cell. If you're choosing a whole bunch of like GT heroes or something, make sure that you obviously have the GT Spirit Bomb duo, or you have the SS4s. But even then, their damage isn't really enough. Like you need like a big time damage only kind of guy. And it sounds weird to say that Yamcha does more damage, but he really can. Like he really does do a big sizable chunk of damage. So that is just, it is what it is. But yeah, so basically the premise is these first 2 phases against Vegito, we're just going to stun him, keep him stun locked to make life a bit easier, which is fine. Makes our life quite smooth, quite simple. Obviously on one rotation we're going to have the Master Roshi who can stun on his 12 key, and then ideally we get the stun with the Yardrak Goku, which would also help. But then also I believe we can use Yamcha as well, so we can kind of switch it up between a whole bunch of units. We have enough stunning options. Yamcha's got that high chance of stunning, which is obviously great as well, and Yamcha really is a huge source of damage. So the final phase for Vegito, big thing is going to be damage, and that is also where Yamcha is really coming in handy. So Yamcha's active skill obviously boosts his attacks, gives him some damage, and obviously guarantees him to hit. And it sounds like guaranteeing to hit isn't that big a deal, but actually in this situation it is, because both of them can evade. Both Vegeta and Gogeta can evade, and you really want to try and get them down quite quickly, because they can launch a KO attack that does like a lot of damage. Very few units are going to be able to tank it. You're probably going to take like 500k health off of it, even with a super tanky unit. So yeah, it is important for you to get that done. You can see here we just about tip it with Krillin, which is great. He fires a second attack, which actually saves us, which is great. But it goes from being like a very tanky kind of unit to face to being like a full-out DPS race quite quickly. So you are needing to be aware of that. I think it's definitely something you're going to want to be aware of. Now, for Gogeta, the same principle applies. We're going to seal up the first 2 phases. Importance here, so our sealers, pretty much Master Roshi with his 18 key, obviously going to be super crucial to sealing. And then in the other rotation, we actually have Jackie Chun, and it's the Tech Super Strike Jackie Chun, and he actually has a seal on a super attack, so he's going to be more than fine. He's also quite tanky actually as well, so he's great. He's going to really just kind of be super solid in that front slot, not taking any damage, being strong defensively, and then also having a seal on top of that. So Jackie Chun kind of solves that problem, and so obviously does everyone else, you know, the Master Roshi. So we're sorted for sealers. Master Roshi can sit in the second slot by Goku. Your big issue here, obviously Gogeta's strength phase is going to be a problem. Couple ways to kind of work around that if need be. Obviously you've got Yamcha, who can help you out a little bit, you know, again being our big time damage dealer. But yeah, you know, I had to tank an attack. Some evasion will help you. Obviously avoiding Master Roshi taking any big time damage is also ideal. There's plenty that you should probably do, but yeah, look, it's tough. It's a tough one. It's always going to be a tough one. You know, Yamcha you could place in that third slot if you manage to arrange things that way to try and avoid Gogeta's attack. But yeah, Gogeta does very big damage, so does Vegeta if they get it off, and you are going to have to try and work around it, like at least a little bit. But yeah, overall, honestly speaking, this was a pretty fun one. Pretty interesting as well to obviously have them be kind of stoppable via Dbz. Very similar to the Gamma 1, Gamma 2 stage, you know, that we had or have for Red Zone. So very interesting in that way. A very, you know, like intriguing stage design. Intriguing. But yeah. So obviously here, you know, second phase is against Tech. Yamcha's going to pretty much rip through the Tech Gogeta again. Sealing him makes life a bit more, you know, simple, easy. No real big issues here. Honestly speaking, this was a pretty good team for this, because obviously the Turtle School provides us with a lot of good utility. So you can see here, by the way, we took the super attack, and you can see how low my health is. So yeah, that should show you. Krillin took it. Krillin luckily is a relatively tanky unit, and yeah, he took it. Took like 540k, and then single digits on normals, because that makes sense. And yeah, obviously now we have the revive. We are popping the revive, because there's no guarantee Goku gets through 3 bars of health. And Master Roshi would also get, you know, knocked out. So we have 2 revives. Fortunately, that's also why Master Roshi is here. You know, his revive ability is also pretty helpful, especially if you manage to tank the attack, or just, you know, end up taking damage, etc. So yeah, pretty good stuff. We get the revive off, and now into the other rotation, and then we should be able to seal things up from here, which is all pretty good. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting stage. I do think it was quite difficult. I don't think it was an easy one by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, definitely a pretty tough stage, pretty interesting, and yeah, I think overall, obviously, still quite challenging. But yeah, that's basically it. That kind of surmises everything, and yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's a very straightforward, very simple, you know, process. So at the end of the day, I think, yeah, let's just collect the rewards, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you need any help with team building. Otherwise, yeah, I'll definitely see you guys in the next video, and until then, of course, stay safe, take care, and bye.